guys. Disclaimer, this video is going to be a giant brain dump. If you can't stand when I go off script, and I never have a script, sometimes I do, and I still go off of it, but if you can't stand me and my like super free flow talking and, you know, staring at the ground for a second trying to think of thoughts, then like this is not your video. Please just skip to the next one. So this series is going to be way more for me than for other people, and other people out there, the very, very, very small minority of freelancers who have consistent work, but they want to grow more. They want to grow past that. So this is going to be like a part one. I don't know how long I'm going to do this for, but maybe at least like a year, because my goal is to double my income as of next year. Very ambitious goal, I'm aware, but that would give me the chance to do a lot more things that I want to do with my life. Just on a personal level, the last 2 years were kind of crazy, kind of all over the place. Health issues, family members, personal life, like a lot of ups and downs and roller coasters and all kinds of things. And now that in 2019, everything is like finally stable, I really want to focus on my business and growing it and scaling it, hiring people, bringing on team members, maybe bringing on writers and like, but I don't know about that because I did that once and got burned so bad and almost like destroyed relationships with like clients because someone didn't deliver. It wasn't what, so I don't know about that part yet, but I'm thinking about it, and that would be like way later in next year, like this time next year, maybe. But as of now, but this is all going to be like a behind the scenes brain dump of what I'm doing, what I'm working on, and then like how it goes and what happens, and did it work, did it not work, and what I would think other people should do. This is really at the point just go to my site if you are starting from zero and you need to get to the point of where you have consistent work. I have a blog on that. It's on my site. I'll maybe make a video on it if you want me to. Just let me know. Comments below. This is going to be once you're consistent, scaling it if you want to. This is not for people who freelance on the side. This is not really for people who freelance on the side or don't want to freelance forever. I'm just gonna freelance forever. At this point, maybe one day I will work for a company that I really feel passionate about and I really care for. But at this point, freelancing makes the most sense for me. So scaling this really at this point made sense, and I want to, without just taking on more freelance work, I want to build this into a business. And it is technically like I have an LLC. I have since 2012 I filed, but I had been a freelance writer since 2009, not full-time at that point, but like I dabbled in like Odesk and stuff. So it's been a long time, and it's time to scale now is where I feel like I'm at. I've paid my dues. I have put blood, sweat, and tears and an ulcer into this career. So that's another story for another time. But the point is, it's really next level time. And I don't imagine like making $1 million or anything, just scaling it to where there's more systems set up, because systems are everything, guys. Everything. If you follow Gary Vaynerchuk's idea on like document versus create, that's what this is. A lot of my videos are much more tutorial based. This is more, I'm a newbie at building and scaling a business to, I don't want to say great heights, because that's not, I don't really have like a big vision for it in that way, shape, and form. But I do want... Anyway, I don't need to explain growth. Everybody knows growth. Growing, making money. America, hoorah. All right. So I know a few fundamentals from one, helping other clients scale their businesses and creating systems for them and writing the copy that goes into all this, and dabbling in it throughout the years and side projects here and there, which I don't really talk about because they're not that interesting and they don't provide enough income to really talk about. They're just fun more than anything. But if you guys ever want me to talk about my side projects on here, sure, that may become a part of this series and like my entire business from top to bottom. That's not just copywriting, although that is the largest majority of all of it. So But to grow a business, you need a few things. Number one, tons of content. That means making videos regularly. That means publishing blogs regularly. That means stepping up my social media game. And my social media shouldn't even be weak. Do you know how many big companies I did social media for? $1 million startups. And I did all kinds of social media for all of them. And okay, not all of them. That's very dramatic. That's way hyping my skills. A handful of them. So there's no excuse for my social media game to be as weak as it is. Maybe I burnt myself out on like doing so much social media posting. Maybe. So when I even see the Instagram like icon on my phone, I'm like triggered by like seeing, I'm like, oh God, work. Oh, maybe. So falling back in love with posting again on social media and keeping that consistent will be a huge part of 2020. Period. If you're a freelancer and you don't like social media, that's fair. But once you want to scale and you're at the point of consistency, I think if you're just starting and you're getting in the routine, the last thing you want to do is spend any time dicking around on social media. You need to get paying clients. That's it. And that requires building relationships and one-on-one work. And most people don't want to do that. They want to build a site and set up social media profiles and play business and not actually do business. So, tons of content. Number two, products. It just is the way, especially because I don't have an interest in taking on a lot more freelance work and working with clients and projects as much. I don't really have a desire to have a full 50-hour week of just work clients. My schedule's pretty chill right now, to be honest, with my workload. And I don't want to increase it in terms of clients because that's not really scaling a business. That's just taking on more work. And that's something I've done for a lot of years, just filled in all the gaps in my schedule with more client work. But I want systems that can be automated and are a little bit outside of my hand. Like they don't require my every day to sit down and answer emails and do client work. I don't need to explain scaling. You all know. If you're in copywriting, you know exactly how business works and scaling matters. So as of right now, when it comes to products, you can know all the behind the scenes stuff. Number one, I had a product called Launch Yo Biz years ago. It's still online. Don't look it up. It's like, it's not that good and there's too much info. I only sold it for like $5, $10. And it's everything I ever learned about freelancing in 50 pages, and it's too much. When people pay under $10, they don't want an entire autobiography on all of your learning experiences. They want to solve their problem in a handful of a day to a week for that price point. It was like a $200 project, basically, product, and that I sold for almost nothing. And it didn't, although the value was a lot, it didn't actually make sense for the price point. And pricing is very psychological, you guys. This is something, if you really want to grow your business, you want to be a good freelancer, you need to understand the psychology behind pricing. It is not just transactional. It's so weird how humans like numbers that end in 9. If you sell a course for $299 versus $300, it's completely different in the eyes of your customer. Even though it's not, it's $1. But humans are weird and you just need to accept it. So anyway, I priced that horribly. So I'm going to retool that entire product and make it more very actionable on you have some skills, you have a handful of clients, but you want to ramp up your business. That's what I'm thinking so far. I might tweet that. All of these I might tweet as like time goes. We'll see kind of how it goes and if it's even decent at the end, or I just burn it to the ground, or I just like release it on here for free. Like, y'all take it. I hate it. Just take it. Get it away from me. We'll see. So, so that. Number 2, I'm going to release a 30-day like actionable client getting guide, because that is so many of the people who join my mentorship program. And as much as I would love to help everybody just get clients all the time, I think I can make that a much easier system than personally hand-holding everybody through the client dating process. So my thoughts are for people who are freelancers or other creatives it's like a 30-day, like every day I haven't figured out whether it's going to be every day you'll get an email that's like with action steps, or you just get it all at once and implement it as you go. I kind of like the forcing you to keep it focused to every day, because then you'll maybe do it. Whereas if you did everything at once, you might just skip to the like 2 points that you think will work and then just say that none of it worked. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to figure that out. So if you've made it to this whole far in this video, then let me know your thoughts on what you think how you think that would work better. I'm still piecing that together. I'm writing it all out though. And not everything is going to be exactly getting you clients. For example, it could be putting together your pitch, right? So that's not exactly like going out and getting clients that day, but having that template in your back pocket all the time and spending the day to write that out is gold. So piecing that together, trying to figure that out. But I think that that's a huge problem that a lot of people have, and I think I could basically automate that versus hiring me to give you a full month of concentration to basically teach you the same thing. It would make sense, and it would be a lot cheaper for you, and it would be less of my time to just automate and go. So that's my first thoughts. So there's that. And all of these I want to release by the end of the year is my goal. I have 2 months, and I don't expect them to be wildly polished. My favorite thing to do when I first released a product years ago was to say that this is the first beta release. It really gets me personally out of perfection mode of like, this is it, this is the final product and it's so perfect from top to bottom, buy it. And basically to say, so I need to find a good platform that can also handle this. I really like Gumroad, but I need to make sure that they can do this. I don't like Skillshare, and I don't like some of those other ones. They take a fee, and fuck your fees. I might just sell it straight up on my site and use Stripe. Figuring out the details. And I think this is going to be like a monthly series, so when this comes out again in a month, I'll tell you a little more details. And you should see how some of this panned out, because I want to release either pre-sales or buy it now by Black Friday. I'm also going to be doing some giveaways. Not on a full mentorship month, because boy, that's a lot of time. But maybe like a handful of like power hours here and there of once a week throughout till the end of the year, maybe just give away to sit down and hammer out wherever people are stuck with. Maybe, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I would like to give back and give some stuff away, especially for people who are in a position where they can't afford it. I've been there. I understand. I feel that. I feel that spiritually. So at least have the chance to enter and we'll chat. Don't be weird. Sorry. I've just had some very interesting, just on a complete side note, I've had some very interesting experiences with putting my life on the internet so far. And I have a very small audience. That's another reason I really don't want this to scale. There's some... If someone wears my skin as a suit one day, it's going to be because of YouTube. I swear to God. Anyway. Internet's weird. So there's that. And the last product I'd like to release, mainly for clients, because although I love teaching copy and this is what I do, I would also like to release products for the clients I have, for the clients I could have. Besides just straight up hiring me for $2,000 right out the gate, I would like to, and my thoughts are, a copywriting like intro package for how to make a really good first impression right off the bat with potential clients, pricing it decently, so making sure your first autoresponders are solid, and your homepage, landing page, sales page, no, not sales page, that's too much, homepage, about page, landing page are all solid, cohesive, everything flows well, and you made a really, really good first impression, and really dive into what the customer wants and their thoughts and their needs. And I suppose, like, of course, a copywriter could, or someone who wants to be a copywriter could buy this and then just implement this with clients. Great. Have at it. But it's going to be very written of the perspective of, you have a business and here's how all the steps you need to take to make sure your branding is on point and you don't lose customers by the first time they sign up for your email, because so common. God, a lot of people have really bad first impression guides. Mentioning that, that's something else I'm going to work on, putting together my own sales funnels. That's something I haven't done in a long time. I don't even think I have an autoresponder right now, which is something I really need to work on. So that's in the list. I need to write that down, actually. I told you guys, this is going to be a mess. This is going to be just pure brainstorming and also my wildly unfiltered thoughts, like people wearing my skin as a suit. So those 3 products I'd really like to release this year, or at least have the pre-sale options and release them within like the first month of 2020. Figuring that out. But I'd really like to take advantage of Black Friday, because everybody loves Black Friday / Cyber Monday. And I don't want to just discount. In past years, I just discounted my services. And I don't want to do that again. That really sucked. That was a really bad idea. If you're a copywriter or a creative in any kind of way, just put together fun packages that people can buy on Black Friday. Don't discount your actual services, because at a certain point it just hurts. I did it too. My first year, I think it was 2013, 2014. I don't know. It was Black Friday. And oh man, by the time I discounted it, because I wanted just to test it, but it sold like crazy. And then by the end of it, I think it was working for $5 to $7 an hour. Like when all was said and done. So fucking bad. Such a bad idea. Also, yes, that's my Christmas clock. It's Christmas time. I'm one of those people. It's 2 days after Halloween, basically. Here we are. So that. And then the last thing is to put together new client offerings and options and packages. I really like packages. I don't really like to do just pure hourly rate. It's not my favorite thing. It gets very messy. People want to debate your hours. And just having a package of you buy X, Y, and Z. We work together. This is what you get. And new client offerings. I'm a big fan of, and I learned this from Ashley Amberger, who is my favorite person. And I just want to hug her so bad one day. Basically, you have your main packages, which are obviously expensive, especially if you're a copywriter or a blogger, whatever it is, because it needs to make sense. You can't just offer $25 articles here and there. By the time you talk to the client, get a feel of what they want, it doesn't make sense financially. So putting together packages that are expensive makes the most sense. However, what you want to do on the back end is to have a new client introduction package for them to try. So if you sold, let's say, an entire sales funnel top to bottom, it would be, let's say, a small 5 email funnel, right? Just instead of the sales page and all the back end stuff and the opt-in copy, you would just sell the emails. And it's a nice little like taste for what you do, while still at a price point that makes sense and you're not starving yourself, basically. So that's a little insider tip, that if you want to start figuring out pricing, that's a really good way. And the way that they get it is by opting into your emails, to basically have like your main package and pricing, and then say some kind of opt-in and something cute and like a little free ebook, but have them go through, and then at the end offer your, let's say, $500 package at the end of like a one-time offer. They have 1 week to decide if they want to take you up on it, offering to like. So that's something I'm going to create and automate that and have that set up so people can just go through it. And I don't have to warm up the client as much. It's a lot more out of my hands and done for me, because I already do a repeatable process, but I just want it automated. I have so many systems, I have so many email templates, I have so much set up that I just simply want to automate as much as possible and create systems. And I'll tell you exactly like what I use and the systems I use and the programs I use to get all of these set up and running. And if you guys have options, like if this is something you do, please let me know, because I'm always looking. I'm pretty happy with everything, but every time I hear about a new system that can automate things, I'm a huge fan of that, at least until I hire some like assistant down the line who can help take care of a lot of things. So that's pretty much it. That's my business building top to bottom for the rest of the year. And I plan to do this maybe once a month, just an update where it's at, how it's going. When I want to hire people, these will be the videos that they're announced in. If you are a person with services to trade, I'm very interested in potentially, I don't know. A lot of people just email me and they're like, mentor me for free. And I'm like, what do I get? Why? Who are you? I don't know you. I don't know your life. People are aggressive with the tell me everything to do top to bottom for free. And I'm like, I'm a very giving person and I will answer a lot of emails. Anyone who's emailed me knows that I will. But if you get demanding, whew. Anyway, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it on the business side of things from top to bottom. Ooh, also mentorship. I think the price is going to double, if not triple, at the start of next year, because I really want people who take this dead seriously and do what I ask. And that always comes, unfortunately, with a higher price point. It just does. People take it dead seriously. And I really want people who aren't just tire kicking. If I'm to spend a whole month helping you grow, I really want it to be with people who are, and it would give me the ability to take on less people and really, really focus on their problems and solving them and helping them grow. But also I plan to teach a lot of it more in these videos or in something that I can help other people with. So don't worry, there will be other options available, but as of now. So anyway, that's it. That's the back end of my business, part 1 of I don't know how many. This is really just more for me to organize my thoughts, publicly declare what I'm doing so I can hold myself accountable and do the damn thing. And also to document if this goes horrifically and I just end up losing more money instead of doubling any of my income as of next year, then great. Let's just embarrass myself on the internet. Shit, I already do anyway. Anyway, that is it. Bye, guys.